Welcome, my favorite people, the rare gems. Why Sigma females activate monk mode? Sigma females don't enter monk mode on a whim. They activate it when they reach a point where they need to recalibrate and realign with their true selves. Life has a way of testing us, pushing us to the edge, and sometimes we need to step away from the chaos to remember who we really are. It's in these moments of tension or uncertainty that the Sigma female recognizes the need to retreat, not to hide, but to rebuild. She activates monk mode when the noise of the world gets too loud and she feels her focus slipping. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about getting clearer on her purpose. When external influences start pulling her in different directions, she uses this time to tune everything out and focus on what truly matters to her. This is when she steps back, not because she's weak, but because she knows the power of recalibration. It's also a response to personal growth. Sometimes she feels like she's outgrown her old ways of thinking or doing things. Monk mode gives her the chance to shed old habits, mindsets, and even relationships that no longer serve her. It's a deliberate reset, a commitment to building a stronger, more focused, and evolved version of herself. So, if you're watching this, and you've been wondering why you've felt the pull to disconnect, to reassess, and to grow, this video is for you. It's your time to step into your own monk mode and embrace the power of transformation. Watch on, and let's dive deeper into 12 reasons Sigma women activate their monk mode. Let's get started. The rare gems. To gain a deeper insight, I encourage you to watch the entire video to the end and share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 1. Mental minimalism. Monk mode for a Sigma female is not just about taking time off or isolating herself. It's a deliberate and calculated process of stripping away the noise and chaos that clouds her mind. This isn't the kind of solitude where she's simply sitting still or escaping her problems. Instead, it's an active effort to clean house, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. She asks herself the hard questions: why am I holding on to this belief? Is this habit serving me, or is it holding me back? Anything that doesn't align with her purpose is ruthlessly cast aside. Distractions don't get to sneak past her radar either. She doesn't just tune out the noise, she analyzes it. That constant scrolling on social media? Gone. Those draining conversations that add no value to her life? Cut off. She doesn't allow distractions to linger because she knows they're subtle thieves of time and energy. It's not enough to avoid them. She dissects where they come from, why they appeal to her, and how to eliminate them for good. Think of it like clearing out a cluttered desk. A Sigma female in monk mode isn't content to just tidy up the surface. She's emptying the drawers, tossing out the junk, and only keeping the tools that actually get the job done. This level of focus allows her to channel her energy into what truly matters, emerging with a sharper mind and a more purposeful life. Number 2. Emotionally bulletproof. When a Sigma female enters monk mode, her emotions become a territory she fiercely protects. She doesn't block them out or pretend they don't exist. Instead, she faces them head-on. Every feeling, joy, anger, pain, or fear, is examined with precision. She asks herself, why do I feel this? Where is it coming from? What can I learn from it? This deep analysis doesn't make her cold, it makes her unshakable. Pain, in particular, takes on a different meaning in monk mode. To most, pain is something to avoid, a sign of weakness or failure. For her, it becomes a tool. She breaks it down, understands its root, and uses it as fuel. If someone betrays her, she doesn't spiral into despair. She studies what happened, learns the lesson, and fortifies herself so it doesn't happen again. Every emotional wound becomes part of her armor, not a crack in it. Think of it like training a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. For the Sigma female, emotions are no different. She knows that suppressing them only lets them fester, but understanding them transforms them into a source of strength. It's not that she doesn't feel, she feels everything, but she refuses to let those feelings control her. By the time she steps out of monk mode, she's not just healed, she's emotionally bulletproof, ready to face life with clarity and resilience. Number 3. A silent declaration of war. When a Sigma female enters monk mode, there's no grand announcement or dramatic display. She doesn't need validation or applause. Her decision to pull back is a silent declaration of war, not against anyone else, but against mediocrity, complacency, and wasted potential. This is her moment to go all in on herself, to refine her skills, broaden her knowledge, and break through the barriers she set for herself in the past. What makes this process so powerful is its quiet nature. While others may boast about their grind or seek recognition for every little step, she stays in the shadows, working with laser focus. It's not about proving anything to the world, it's about proving something to herself. Every hour she spends in monk mode is a private victory, learning a new skill, conquering a fear, or mastering an area she once struggled in. Think of a friend who disappears for a while and comes back unrecognizable, more confident, more capable, and with a presence that demands respect. That's the Sigma female after monk mode. She doesn't tell anyone she's preparing for something big, but when she steps out, the results speak louder than any words could. Her silence during this time isn't emptiness, it's intention. It's the quiet hum of progress, the steady sharpening of her edges. And by the time she emerges, the world isn't ready for the version of her they'll meet, a version crafted with precision and purpose. Number 4. Rewriting her own rules. For the Sigma female, monk mode is a time to tear up the script handed to her by society. She's not interested in living by someone else's definition of happiness, success, or fulfillment. The world often pushes people into boxes, offering neatly packaged rules for what life should look like. Get the job, maintain the image, follow the crowd. But for her, these templates feel restrictive, even meaningless. During monk mode, she steps away from the noise and the pressure to conform. This isn't about rebellion for rebellion's sake, it's about clarity. She asks herself what she truly wants, what ignites her soul, and what kind of life she's willing to work for. The answers don't come from books or trends, they come from brutal self-honesty. Take, for example, the idea of success. While others might chase promotions or material milestones, she might decide success is freedom. Freedom to live on her own terms, to explore passions that have nothing to do with the rat race. If peace for her means a simple life filled with meaningful connections and creative pursuits, she'll rewrite her goals accordingly, no matter how unconventional they seem. Monk mode isn't a pause, it's a recalibration. She emerges not as someone who fits the mold, but as someone who creates her own. And because these rules come from her core, she lives by them with conviction, unshaken by outside judgment. Number 5. Mastering the art of saying no. When a Sigma female enters monk mode, she refines the skill of saying no, not out of arrogance, but out of purpose. Her time and energy are not infinite, and she knows it. Every yes she gives to something unimportant is a no to something that truly matters. This understanding drives her to be unapologetically selective. If a person, activity, or even an enticing opportunity doesn't align with her vision, she doesn't hesitate to cut it loose. This isn't easy, especially in a world where people are taught to accommodate, to say yes out of politeness or fear of missing out. But a Sigma female doesn't fall into those traps. She understands that a yes without intention is a slow drain on her resources. For her, every decision is weighed against her goals. Does this contribute to her growth? Does it bring her closer to her purpose? If not, the answer is clear. Take a common scenario. A social invitation that promises a fun time but will leave her drained and behind on her priorities. She declines, not because she dislikes the people involved, but because she values her energy too much to spend it aimlessly. Saying no becomes her boundary, her shield against the distractions that could pull her off course. This discipline not only keeps her focused, but also sends a powerful message. Her time is valuable, and she's in charge of how it's spent. We appreciate you, Rare Gems, for being a treasured subscriber. Your consistent support is vital to us and fuels our passion for delivering meaningful content. Thank you for your engagement and encouragement. Number 6. Harnessing the power of underestimation. For the Sigma female, Monk mode is a masterclass in harnessing the power of underestimation. While others are caught up in the noise, she stays deliberately under the radar, blending into the background and keeping her progress to herself. It's not about seeking attention or recognition. It's about silently building. People might overlook her, dismiss her, or think she's doing nothing. But she knows better. She knows that when she finally steps back into the world, the transformation will be so profound it'll leave people speechless. In a world that thrives on instant validation and public success, the Sigma female understands the value of quiet progress. While others are distracted by the latest trends or chasing fleeting accomplishments, she's steadily working in the shadows, refining her skills and strengthening her mindset. She doesn't need applause or applause-worthy moments to feel validated. Her work is enough. Take the example of a quiet achiever, someone who has been building quietly in the background, learning, improving, and evolving. No one notices the hours they put in, the sacrifices they make, or the steady progress they're achieving. But when they finally step out, the results are undeniable, and the people who doubted them are left stunned, wondering when it all happened. That's the power of underestimation. By staying silent and focused, the Sigma female not only surprises others but reaffirms to herself that true power doesn't need to announce itself. Number 7. Becoming her own mentor. In monk mode, a Sigma female steps away from the noise of external opinions, advice, and validation. She doesn't seek someone else's roadmap for her life or wait for approval to make her next move. Instead, she turns inward, becoming her own mentor. This is where she leans on her intuition, logic, and the lessons of her past to shape her future. Relying on herself isn't about arrogance, it's about trust. She trusts her ability to analyze situations, to make tough decisions, and to carve a path that's uniquely hers. Others might rush to a mentor, a friend, or even social media for answers, but she understands that no one knows her life better than she does. She listens to her instincts, letting them guide her in ways no external advice ever could. Think of someone who's been burned by a mistake they made in the past but didn't let it break them. Instead of avoiding similar challenges, they use that experience as a teacher. That's her mindset in monk mode. Every setback she's faced becomes a tool for growth, every success a reminder of her capabilities. By mentoring herself, she also learns to own her decisions, whether they lead to triumphs or hard lessons. This level of accountability strengthens her confidence. She emerges from monk mode not as someone who follows the crowd, but as someone who leads herself with clarity and conviction, no longer needing external guidance to validate her path. Number 8. Hyperfocus on energy mastery. In monk mode, the Sigma female becomes laser-focused on mastering her energy. She becomes highly aware of where every bit of her attention, time, and emotional resources are going, and she's ruthless about where she lets them flow. It's not just about cutting out distractions. It's about eliminating anything that depletes her power. A toxic thought pattern? Gone. A draining relationship? Out. Anything that doesn't fuel her growth or contribute to her well-being is swiftly removed. This isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about being in complete control of what she allows to consume her. She recognizes that her energy is one of her most precious assets, and she refuses to waste it on things or people that bring her down. Whether it's a habit that keeps her stuck in a cycle of doubt or an environment that drains her, she doesn't hesitate to make the necessary changes. Think about the way a phone battery works. If you constantly leave apps running in the background, they drain the battery without you even realizing it. The Sigma female is like someone who checks and closes those apps, making sure nothing is wasting her energy. She becomes intentional about where her attention goes, giving her the ability to stay strong and focused, no matter what life throws at her. In monk mode, energy mastery isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. It's the foundation of her transformation, helping her reclaim her power and use it with purpose. Number 9. Emerging unrecognizable. Monk mode isn't some temporary retreat, it's a profound transformation. For the Sigma female, it's not about taking a break, it's about breaking down and rebuilding. The person who enters monk mode isn't the same one who walks out. The changes she undergoes are so deep and so powerful that when she finally reappears, she's almost unrecognizable, not just to others, but to herself. When she first steps into this phase, she might have doubts, insecurities, or weaknesses she's still working through. But by the time she emerges, those same doubts have been replaced with a clear sense of purpose, newfound strength, and an evolved mindset. She shed the layers that once held her back, and what's left is a more confident, formidable version of herself. This is the quiet power of monk mode. It doesn't announce its presence with dramatic shifts or public milestones. It's the subtle inner work that leads to undeniable growth. The Sigma female, when she comes out, is no longer someone who reacts to life. She's someone who shapes it. Imagine someone who, after months of hard work, steps into a room with an energy so strong it can't be ignored. They're not louder or more flamboyant. They simply exude an unshakable confidence. This is the unrecognizable version of herself the Sigma female becomes. A force to be reckoned with, not because she changed outwardly, but because she evolved inwardly. Number 10. Turning loneliness into power. For the Sigma female, monk mode isn't about loneliness. It's about harnessing solitude as a source of strength. While others might fear being alone, she thrives in it. She doesn't feel the emptiness that often accompanies solitude. Instead, she sees it as a space to reconnect with herself, to grow, and to focus on what truly matters. Where most people would scramble to fill the silence with distractions or seek validation from others, she turns it into a competitive advantage. Solitude isn't a burden for her, it's a chance to refine herself. She can dive deep into her own thoughts without external noise clouding her judgment. In this space, she's free from the expectations of others, and free to become the best version of herself. Every hour of solitude becomes an opportunity to improve, learn, and strengthen her mind. Take a moment to think about the way a musician or an artist works alone in their studio. While others may see them as isolated, they're actually creating something powerful, something unique that no one else can replicate. This is how the Sigma female operates during monk mode. She uses her time alone to craft her personal growth, transforming what others see as loneliness into a powerful tool for evolution. In monk mode, she is not diminished by isolation. She is empowered by it. By embracing solitude, she becomes a force that no one can replicate, relying only on herself to fuel her journey. Number 11. Fierce adaptability training. During monk mode, the Sigma female isn't simply sitting back or taking a break. She's training. It's not a passive experience. It's active, intense, and deliberate. She throws herself into challenges, mental, physical, and emotional, forcing herself to adapt and grow. Think of it as boot camp for her soul, where every obstacle is designed to stretch her limits, push her beyond her comfort zone, and reshape her into a stronger, more capable version of herself. She understands that real growth doesn't happen in the easy moments. It happens when you're forced to face discomfort, fear, and doubt head-on. She might tackle complex mental puzzles to sharpen her intellect, push her body to new physical limits, or dive into uncomfortable emotional territory to develop resilience. These challenges aren't just obstacles. They're opportunities for transformation. Imagine a blacksmith forging steel. The metal is put through intense heat, hammered, and shaped until it becomes stronger and more unyielding. This is how the Sigma female views the tough moments in her life. Rather than avoiding struggle, she embraces it because she knows it's refining her. When she emerges from monk mode, she's unrecognizable. She's not just stronger, she's sharper, more resilient, and equipped with a new level of mental and emotional strength. Life's challenges will come, but now she's prepared to face them with a fierce adaptability that's been forged in the fire of her own growth. Number 12. Intense self-interrogation. For a Sigma female, monk mode is anything but peaceful when it comes to her mind. This is the moment she turns inward and wages war on everything holding her back. It's not a retreat into quiet reflection. It's an intense interrogation of her own psyche. She doesn't sugarcoat her flaws or tiptoe around her fears. Instead, she meets them head-on, armed with brutal honesty and an unflinching willingness to face the truth. This isn't surface-level introspection. She digs deep. peeling back layers of habits, thoughts, and behaviors to uncover what's working against her. Why does she react the way she does in certain situations? Where is her pride getting in the way? What fears are keeping her stuck? She doesn't wait for life to expose her weaknesses. She hunts them down herself and challenges them relentlessly. Imagine someone reviewing their past mistakes, not to dwell on guilt, but to extract the lessons. That's her in monk mode, examining every misstep like a detective piecing together a puzzle. She doesn't shy away from uncomfortable truths because she knows growth only comes from confronting them. The process is exhausting, even painful, but it's transformative. By the time she's done, she's not the same person who entered monk mode. She's stripped herself of the illusions and excuses that once held her back, stepping forward with a sharper sense of self, ready to face the world on her own terms. Sigma females don't enter monk mode on a whim. They activate it when they reach a point where they need to recalibrate and realign with their true selves. Life has a way of testing us, pushing us to the edge, and sometimes we need to step away from the chaos to remember who we really are. It's in these moments of tension or uncertainty that the Sigma female recognizes the need to retreat, not to hide, but to rebuild. She activates monk mode when the noise of the world gets too loud and she feels her focus slipping. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about getting clearer on her purpose. When external influences start pulling her in different directions, she uses this time to tune everything out and focus on what truly matters to her. This is when she steps back, not because she's weak, but because she knows the power of recalibration. It's also a response to personal growth. Sometimes she feels like she's outgrown her old ways of thinking or doing things. Monk mode gives her the chance to shed old habits, mindsets, and even relationships that no longer serve her. It's a deliberate reset, a commitment to building a stronger, more focused and evolved version of herself. So if you're watching this and you've been wondering why you've felt the pull to disconnect, to reassess, and to grow, this video is for you. It's your time to step into your own monk mode and embrace the power of transformation. Watch on and let's dive deeper. Thank you, Rare Gems, for tuning in. Stay safe and stay vigilant as always. God bless.